No, 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 no.
Oh, yes, he has.
Thank you for coming to River State and for the many flowery comments that you had to say concerning River State. We just want to ask you, sir, how would you describe what this building represents in the dispensation of justice in River State in the South-South?
Well, first and foremost, I have to thank the governor and the people of River State for this edifice that they have built. Actually, it's one of the best courts that we have now. And it seems the government of the River State and the people believe in rule of law and justice. All democratic countries, what they are better than us is in the enforcement of rule, following due process and rule of law. The judiciary is not, they said, for the common man. It's for everybody. But the rich and the poor need the judiciary. And once the judiciary, which is the wall surrounding both the rich and the poor, is dismantled, then nobody is safe. This one shows faith in rule of law and due process. That's what this building signifies.
So far, I know you've seen some sections in the building. Tell us, in terms of the quality, how would you describe what you've seen?
It's not some section. Yesterday I went around up to the 6th floor. So I've seen the rooms, the furnitures provided are of topmost quality. The ACs are working. Everything is in perfect condition. Once more, I say thank you to the governor and the people of River State.
Thank you. We are still going to be talking with a few other persons. I have with me at this time the special advisor to the governor of River State on special projects, Mr. Cyril Wite. I know that you've talked about what went into the construction of this building. I'm sure you've not exhausted some of the ideas that led to this building in the first place.
Well, principally is the desire to have proper and speedy dispensation of justice. You know, the people of River State need to have quick access to justice, and this facility here will provide them with such access to justice. And you know, like I mentioned earlier, the facility we had before is being grossly inadequate. A situation where we could have gotten maybe up to 7 judges, but now we have only about 5. But with this edifice, definitely we'll get more. I just heard the chief judge of the federation say that we could have even up to 9. So I think this edifice has attracted more. So it means that there will be quicker access, dispensation of these several cases they have, like we were told earlier, over 2,000 cases. So with about 8 judges or 9, you know, sitting on deciding on those cases, it will be faster. And the defenseless now will definitely have hope, because it's not just about those of us who are free. What of those that are not free? They have to be reformed, and they have to be reformed through the court system. And I think that's what the provision of this edifice is doing. It's very expensive for the people of River State, but like His Excellency the Governor said, nothing, absolutely nothing is too much to be done for the people of River State.
In terms of duration, you know, the old complex is over 2 decades old. And with time, of course, it began to deteriorate. So in terms of duration, being someone who was directly involved in the construction of this complex, how long do you think this would last, or what kind of maintenance you think should be put in?
Well, like His Excellency asked in the course of his address, he is asking the federal government to do only one thing. He's not asking that they should pay back the money you use in constructing this project. He's saying they should be maintained for the future. Because like we've been told, the other one we had was in 1982. It could still have been very usable, but because of poor maintenance, it had to decay, and up to the point where we had to quicken up to construct a new complex for the Federal High Court. So I think maintenance is key. All the judiciary can do for us at the federal level is to ensure that they properly employ hands that will maintain this one. If this one is maintained, I can assure you this is state-of-the-art architecture, and it can last for as many decades as possible.
Mr. Siriwite, thank you for talking with us, and we wish you the best. Let's bring in now. Thank you very much. Let's bring in the
sense of God.
I'm George. We see that you already have your jacket off. Is that a way of saying goodbye? But before you do that, just tell us what this means for the people of Rivers State.
It means that there's going to be a radical enhancement of the administration of justice in Rivers State. Before this complex came into being, of course, we had the old complex standing side by side with it. This place has 6 courts, 6 courtrooms with a sitting capacity for 70 people in each courtroom. This is unprecedented. To think that this was supposed to be a federal government responsibility, and the state government has taken on this challenge, to provide this kind of, ultra-modern infrastructure, is unprecedented in the annals of justice administration in the state.
Now, we heard the governor say that at this time that the judiciary may be going through some form of challenges. I don't know if you were able to key into what he was trying to say. Do you think this is a way of helping the situation?
Yes, I mean, anytime you provide better facilities for lawyers and for judges to administer justice, that can only be a good thing. I think what he was talking about when he said that the justice administration is coming under pressure is because we've seen all kinds of arbitrariness, arrests, and all kinds of unsupported allegations, against judges. But if you continue to provide this kind of infrastructural support, it gives them hope, that they are not in a state of siege. I personally have gone through all of these rooms. I'm very amazed at what the quality of work that has been done. Every single room has ultra-modern facilities, even recording systems. So this is unprecedented. I mean, in the course of our work, we travel to other states. We haven't quite seen this. If you go across the road, in another few months, we'll be assembling to commission the industrial complex, the industrial court complex. If you want to litigate on matters concerning employers and employees in this state today, you'll have to go to Bayelsa State to do that. But by the time that complex is completed, all matters that have to do with employer-employee relationship will be arbitrated here, in the facility that is coming. So if you look at the general picture, it ties into the government's commitment to provide quality service across all sectors, not just in the judicial sector.
All right, the month of May at this time means 2 things to the government of Rivers State and the rivers and the people of the state. The second anniversary and the Golden Jubilee, of course, which seem to have had all sort of programs on its tail. So just tell us about those 2 events.
It's an incredibly busy time for us here in Rivers State. Rivers State was created exactly 50 years ago in 1967. So this is the 50th anniversary of the state. We've had all kinds of events for women, for traditional rulers, all kinds of events marking the 50th anniversary. In addition to that event, we also have the 2nd anniversary of this administration that is now ongoing. In fact, this is a 2nd anniversary project we've come to commission. So what we are seeing here is an incredible momentum of development, both as a state government and as a state that is now 50 years old. So this is a wonderful opportunity for us to say, look, if you come to Rivers State, the only thing we talk about here are projects, and projects in all sectors of the state's economy.
All right, thank you very much. We wish you the best.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk to Barrister Emmanuel Ukari, who is a Port Harcourt-based lawyer. Thank you for joining us. We see that you are all smiles. And it appears this is not the first time that the Rivers State government will be extending some form of good hand goodwill, that's it, that's the expression, to the judiciary in Rivers State.
Well, for all I can say, it is not difficult to know a good man this is not just being political. Nyesom Wike, for all he's been doing, he's not just doing to Rivers people, but to Nigeria, as it were. Because this building, this magnificent building, like you can see, is not just for the Rivers people, but for the entire Nigeria. He's been doing several things, and we commend him for that. Because you look at the edifice, as it were, it will aid litigation. You know, for a lawyer, it motivates him to want to do, well when he's practicing or is in court and all that. So a good environment, I believe, helps to the brain to function well.
Now, as a practicing lawyer, how would you say practice has been in the past 2 years or so?
Well, it's been wonderful. If you say practice being, particularly in Rivers State, it's been wonderful. We travel to other jurisdictions and we know that God has been so wonderful, as it were. For the past 2 years, it's been wonderful.
Now, tell us some of the things you see that are different here compared to other places that you've been.
Well, like I said earlier, one of the things I know, particularly in Rivers State, is the courtrooms, as it were. They are very okay, they're wonderful. You get into a courtroom, you're prepared for a matter, and you're comfortable. The court environment, as it were, is conducive. It helps you, it aids whatever you're doing as a lawyer. But when you get to some other jurisdictions, you find the courtrooms, they are not as conducive as one could say, as it were, so that way you won't even function well.
Well, thank you very much. We've come to the tail end of the event today, the commissioning of the complex, of the Federal High Court complex here in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital. It's been one quick event today, and we expect to be back when the National Industrial Court is ready to also be commissioned by the Rivers State government. And at this time, we want to draw the curtain and thank you for staying with us on this live broadcast, reaching you from the capital city of Rivers State. On behalf of the crew, Emmanuel Iri. See you next time.